Ok, bonjour. Je m'appelle Enric et I'm doing the walk around the world. And I'm here with Matthieu. Matthieu, what else?
Matthieu
Lespine. He's running around the world. So I started in Barcelona, he started in Bologna, you said? Bologna.
Did you pass through Bologna?
No. We've been speaking since then through WhatsApp because he's faster than me, obviously, because he's running. So he's explaining me like what's going on here and there. But I took a plane now. 1 week ago, I took a plane. So of course, now I met him. He's gonna surpass me again. But since we are here in Hiba, this is Uzbekistan, I said, okay, let's do an interview. How many kilometers did you run today?
Today I've run 43 kilometers. Oh, 42. I like marathon today.
In this heat, right? We are in, today is 4th of August, and here in Uzbekistan is literally hell. It's an oven. When I'm touristing, not running or walking, I have to be most of the day in my hotel because otherwise it's too warm. So first of all, before asking you about the route, etc., how do you do it to run in this climate?
The last few days I've been running in the night, like starting the day like at 6 or 7 in the evening and running until 2 or 3 in the morning. But then like it's quite hard to sleep during the day because it's very hot. So if I can find like hotel, then like which is okay to check in like during the night, and then you could leave in the evening. I could just sleep in like in the under the air conditioner. Yes. But today it was not that hot. I mean like 38 I think. So I could start like 6 in the morning and I stopped like at 1 afternoon. So it was like the last 2 hours were quite warm, but it was still okay.
Yeah. And I guess you know the difference. You feel the difference in the. It's the first interview I do in English in my life. I guess you feel the difference in performance, of course, with this heat or not?
Yeah. I mean,
because the wind is also hot.
Yeah, it feels like someone is opening the door of the oven. It's like
the oven with a ventilator.
Yeah. I mean, I've done the desert with my friend Theo, who is the car assistant, so I could like have not the backpack with me. So I think it's like kind of balanced. Like the speed, like the average speed is same than before. Yeah.
But you don't have the weight, so you have less.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I guess like my heart rate is like lower than usual.
Yeah.
But because of the heat, it's like higher, so it's like kind of so.
Because Matthieu, he's carrying a backpack, unlike the other world runners that normally carry. They push a strolling cart. Why do you have the backpack instead of the cart?
I like the way of being free to go anywhere and go on the trail, and I also don't like to worry about something that I pack if I want to visit some stuff. So I like I mean, for me this journey is about freedom, and I like the freedom that give you the backpack. But for some sections like the one I just did, I think it's stupid to have like backpack. It's better like just to carry water and push it, and because it's like flat and straight. I had like 450 kilometers just straight line, like no turn.
Yeah.
like 2 weeks almost.
Okay, let's talk about your route. So you started in Bologna, and how did you arrive here where you are now?
I think I took quite the same route than you. So like
similar,
basically like Slovenia, Croatia, Bosnia, Montenegro.
But you entered from North Macedonia instead of Greece?
No, I entered. I went through Florina, which is like the full northwest of Greece.
Okay.
So I went until like the coast until like I left the coast to reach Tirana in Albania, and then like went straight east to Greece and then Turkey. I entered Turkey, not in Istanbul. I went down Çanakkale. I took the ferry like a bit southern than you, and then I did some detour in Turkey to like do some hiking trails and see friends in Ankara, and then I joined the Black Sea coast a bit later. And then Georgia quite same. And then after Georgia, I enter Russia. I crossed it until Kazakhstan. Then from Kazakhstan to here.
What was your experience in the Kazakh and Uzbekistan border? Because it's not open. So what did you do there?
So once I reached the... Oh, you mean Kazakh, Uzbekistan? But even like Russia and Kazakh was already expired.
This was already closed.
Like two borders closed. So like the first from Russia to Kazakhstan, when I reached it, I mean it was open, but not with the electronic visa I applied for. You can cross it, but just with the 3 days visa, which is like the 3 days transit visa, which was not enough for me to cross like the 800 kilometers. So once I reached the border, I turned back by like hitchhiking, bus, train until Tbilisi, where I flew to Atirau, which is like Kazakhstan, and then took a taxi from Atirau to the border, where I start my run like the same place but like other side of the border. And between Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan was closed as well. So I turned back to Beniu, where I took a train, which was like quite chaotic because like it was super hot, like passport control in the night. You have to stay awake until 5 in the morning. And
train with no air conditioning?
No air
and
conditioner.
How many hours?
I think it's like small places like this on the sofa, and you're like 5 people in the same like very small place. And like when people are walking in the wagon, like just like pushing you to just go through. Then like in the morning, people selling dry fish in the
fish.
So it's quite. I was like very exhausted after.
Was the worst part of the trip maybe?
Almost. I mean,
we'll talk about later about the worst parts. Yes. So,
but I mean, I did like 24 hours non-stop running to get that train. I mean,
24 hours?
Not like I did like I think it was like 10 hours maybe of running, and then went back. And because I started like early morning, that couldn't sleep before the train because I was at the station. There were like many people and just waiting for the train. So I almost didn't sleep for like 2 days.
Wow.
So I was like so exhausted.
And then you ran to here, and that was the last thing. How many days you've been in the road in total?
So it's like 208 days today, and today I just passed the 7,000 kilometers mark.
Bravo! Bravo! So you have 40 days less than me, but 500 kilometers more than me.
500. Okay.
More or less. What's your average in the running days?
I'm running like between 40 and 50 kilometers a day. I think like the average, including the day off, it's like 35 something, some 30.
So running, like I walk a lot, I think, but running is more demanding to the body. So I think you're very strong. What's your background in the running thing? Like I guess it's not your first run, of course.
I've started with triathlon when I was a teenager.
Decathlon.
Triathlon.
Like,
swimming, cycling, running. So I did like just when I could register because I was too young for doing Ironman. But when I was like old enough, I just started like doing Ironman, and I fell in love with the very long distance things. Then I stopped triathlon and I went to just running like ultra trail and ultra marathon things. And I went like from 100k to like 200, 100 miles, 200 miles, 500k, 1000.
1000.
I did like FKT, which is like fastest no time things, and like for trails in France, I've done more than 1,000 kilometers, like 1,300, 1,000.
So what's your FKT now? Which ones do you hold?
So I've got kind of other goal life.
Yes.
Apart doing this world tour is to get the record of the 10 longest trail in France. I've got 2 of them already. But
which
like
ones?
It's like GR3 and GR4. So one is like following the biggest river in France, which is called La Loire, and the other one is like crossing like Massif Central, like middle of France, mountain range until like the Alps.
Okay, so you're a beast. Yes.
And then I did like I did my personal best in marathon in Barcelona actually.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Wow! Why are you doing this? I guess it's obvious, but
I think I like traveling. I like the adventure. I like challenging myself. I've done a kind of big journey, like 4 or 5 years ago, but it was like just hitchhiking, but just going around the world. And I missed that, so I wanted to go on a trip again, but I still wanted to run because I love so much running. So I kind of.
How did you discover the World Runners Association?
So yeah,
and this
then like my goal was to start from kind of Marco Polo way, like starting from Venezia until like Xi'an or Beijing, and then I just like randomly found like the World Runners Association, but maybe 3 weeks before leaving. Before the
wow!
start. So I changed like when
I've been preparing this for 2 years, and you 3 weeks.
No, but I was planning to go to China anyway.
Okay.
But when I saw that, I was like, no, I didn't knew that. So maybe I learned this 10 days before Christmas, and once it was Christmas, I told my family, maybe I won't go just for like 10 months, but maybe it's gonna be like more than 2 years.
Before starting this, I guess you didn't have an ordinary life, right?
Yeah.
You were like nomad, you told me before.
Yeah. So I've been living in a van like for 5 years, working in the winter time in ski resorts, and just enjoying summertime in the van.
Who's taking care of the van now?
No, nobody.
No one?
I mean, it's like it's parked in my parents' home.
Okay,
but I know
they
that
took it sometimes.
No, but I know that today the battery is low, so no one is like taking care of it.
I
So
had the same
maybe if they
issue.
heard it.
I had the same issue, and I had to. But luckily my vehicle broke, and I had to turn it into a coupe just before starting.
I will see this later. It's like
What are your next steps from here? So the total route, your plan right now at least.
So the next step is to survive the summertime in Uzbekistan, then reach the Pamir mountain.
So you entered Tajikistan, right?
Entered Tajikistan, then went north to Uzbekistan again, just for like small part, and then Kyrgyzstan, then Kazakhstan again, to enter China, like northwest in the Xinjiang, and then cross the whole China until the Pacific Ocean to reach like to make the ocean things.
Okay, stop here. So China has these 30 days.
Yeah.
Unless you have a special visa, which is very hard to obtain, you have these 30 days. How are you gonna cross China?
So every 30 days, I'm gonna get out of the country and like go out, go in, and start where I stop each time. So like the first time, I probably go back to Kazakhstan to Almaty, and then the next time I've like I don't know, still like
fly
Thailand,
somewhere.
Vietnam. I think you can even take
Hong Kong,
train.
I think, is the cheapest.
Maybe, but I would like to not take too many planes. So I've heard that you can take train from China to like Vietnam, Thailand even. So it's like a super high-speed train. So
Okay.
I don't know. I will see this.
So
it's like every day.
Yeah.
Step by
You will
step.
reach the Pacific Ocean in Beijing, more or less. No?
Yeah.
And after that?
After that, I go to Australia to cross it from Indian Ocean to Pacific Ocean.
From Perth to Sydney. Okay.
And then to South America. So same like from Pacific Ocean to Atlantic Ocean. I think I'm gonna start in Santiago in Chile, or like more or less, and reach like Buenos Aires in Argentina. And then I'm not sure about how many kilometers I'm gonna have to complete the 26,000 things of the WRA. Maybe I'll keep going along the
Uruguay,
coast.
Brazil, maybe.
I'm not sure.
And then your last leg of the journey in Europe. Do you know where you're gonna start?
And so I have to join the Atlantic Ocean to Bologna, and there is like one of the 10 longest trail in France. It's part of like it's like starting from the Atlantic Ocean and crossing France like from west to Italy. Actually, so maybe I'm gonna try this FKT on the way.
Okay, that will be epic.
I'll see.
What is your expected time of arrival? Like in total, how much time you think it will take?
in 3 days I will reach like the 7 months thing, and I've just reached like 7,000. So I guess it's like 1,000 for 1 month. So it should be like 26 months. But I think this winter time is like gonna be quite hard. So I might have some rest in Thailand for like 2 weeks or maybe 3 weeks, even if it's like or 2 months. So yeah, I think my first goal for this year is to reach the 10,000 kilometers in 1 year. Maybe same for next year. So I expect it to be back before 2028 summertime. I would like to do. So it's like 2 years and a half.
Are you tired?
I am. It depends. Like today it's fine, but I have some days it's like.
Let's say like generally tired, you know?
I think less than the beginning. Like it was.
Okay.
While I was entering in Turkey, it was quite difficult. I was like,
Your body is more used to the long days and running. Maybe.
I think I kind of found my limit where it's like now it's too much for. It's not the body; it's more like the mind. Like when you wake up in the morning and you don't want to run anymore, it's like not good sign. So I try to rest every time I feel I'm bored with this thing.
Yeah.
I'm tired like almost.
So it's more like mentally tired than missing home?
Yeah.
Not, you don't miss home much? Not yet?
It's fine, I've been away from home like for 2 years. I've been traveling like... I've been quite alone for many years now, so I think I can manage this.
Did you have any injury? Like foot?
It's starting.
Yeah?
Like maybe the desert, the Kazakh and Uzbek desert is like taking me slowly. I got the shoulder is a bit painful. I guess it's because my backpack should be very tight for like not moving while running. So maybe it's because of that for the shoulder. And I've got some pain under the feet since maybe 3 weeks now. So I massage every day. It's like going better after massage, but then like I run again.
Are you worried about this? Like really worried, or are you fine?
I know
I would be. I know I would be.
But I know that when I'm walking, it's like I feel that I'm resting. Like when I do like a full run day, it's like painful the day after, and then I can walk like the full day, and then the day after it's like way better. So I think I can recover from it, but I'm worried because it could like take the way of doing my thing, like
of course, that's the thing.
Like
prevent you from running more, or so fast. You are sharing your journey, if I'm not mistaken, only in Strava, basically.
I don't have Instagram account.
Yeah.
I've got
in Strava. And in Strava
Facebook.
you share like you put like a text every day, more or less, in French.
Yeah.
And then some pictures.
Not every day.
Not every day.
Like lazy sometimes. Yeah, I try to explain sometimes when it's like something.
I try to read your comments and people are asking for more. They want more, but you don't feel like you're exhausted or what?
Actually, I've got a camera with me and I'm filming quite all my journey. But I like the idea of keeping everything for myself for now. And once I'll be back, I know a movie maker and he's going to do like a movie on YouTube. I mean, I don't know about YouTube, but he's going to make a video at the end. And it's gonna be like, I don't know, 1 hour video. I prefer this, like, I prefer to take attention of people for like 1 hour instead of a little bit of every day.
Yes.
I don't know.
I guess I'm the opposite. No, I want to do a documentary also, but whatever. So yeah, people ask for more. What do your parents say?
They ask for more.
First of all, how old are you?
I am 30 since like 1 month now.
30. Yeah. And you were born in the north of France, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what do your parents say?
So my parents, they collect all the video because my camera is like maximum storage. So I send them like all the video.
They have the VIP footage.
So,
okay.
They've got everything. And it's like yeah, it's a good way for me to not have to say like everything I'm doing, and just they have like So, and I mean I've been traveling for many years, so I guess they used to. I mean, they know I'm getting bored if they're like asking me all the time how it is it. So
when I walk, I can do a lot of things with my hands because I don't have trekking poles, and I do a lot of
strange actually, because it helped, even running it helped me so much.
If I had to do a lot of uphills and downhills all the time, I would take it. In Nepal, I probably would buy them.
Okay.
But since now I'm like doing not so much, so there I have the hands quite free, so I use the phone a lot. But running, it's different. You have to be with yourself and your music or your podcast or whatever. So does it get like mentally tiring? Is it that the problem? All the hours that you're alone, or?
I guess it's like less hours in the day than you. I run like 5 to 6 hours every day.
Okay, yeah, it's different.
And so it's less than you, but maybe it's a bit harder. I mean, when you're running, you always feel that please stop and walk, and so the battle is more like keep running and don't walk. But I like the idea of this battle, like
You like it?
Yeah. I mean, it's not. It's a bit painful, but
The World Runners Association says that you have to at least run 50%.
Yeah.
Do you keep track of that, or you are sure that you are running 50% more?
I think I have no idea how many percent I run, and I don't think they can actually check it. But I think they just trust you, and but that's why also sometimes I'm a bit worried about my average speed. So I'm like, oh, this is too slow today. That could be like considered as walking. So let's run faster. So I think I would say like I'm running 60-70% of time when it's flat. When it's like mountain, I'm walking uphill and running downhill. But that's like there is no other way. I think I'm like, compared to other world runners, I'm more using hiking trail than them, because they have like the buggies, they have to stay on the road. I like to go on trail, so I guess that's a bit different. And even like doing ultra trail, you're like for 200 miles, 500 kilometers is considered like ultra trail running races, but most of people they like walk all the time almost. So I feel more that it's like doing that things by foot and then walking, running. It's quite same actually.
Okay, Matthieu, walk me through your backpack, because I'm very curious.
Yeah, that's the way you do when it's like minimalist backpack, because everything is tight and small. Then at the end of the day, you throw everything on the floor. So that's like basically my mattress.
Very small.
Yeah, my backpack is that one.
32
so it's like
liters,
32 liters. And I've got like extra pack in front, so I can put like my camera, my poncho, and some.
Okay, can you put the backpacks so we can see?
But this
has a lot of pockets in the front, I guess, no?
I've got like this like running thing. Then it's like water there, and then this thing is like basically clipping.
Is it comfortable?
Yeah. It's very comfortable, and then you can tighten it even more here. And then I've got this in front of me, and I've got like drying bags, dry bag, jacket. This is my tent, which is not well packed now.
Very small.
Should be like smaller even. This is the sleeping bag.
Sleeping bag. How many degrees?
This
comfort?
Is 0 or minus
0.
Comfort 6 and
comfort 6.
0. Yeah. Okay. And that's like.
You have another.
No, that was just like for the
desert.
When Theo was joining me.
Okay.
Yeah. And this is like also like anti-UV cloth. And that's it.
The sandals. And then some electronics, no, I guess.
Yeah.
It is not that. Yeah.
I've got some electronics there, some clothes on me.
So yeah, very minimalist. You say this is 8-9 kilos?
I think 8 kilos now.
Okay. And these are the shoes. How many kilometers you say?
So this is like 1,000 kilometers.
Not bad.
I've bought those new things because those were like super flat already.
Okay.
And
I never changed that. Maybe I should.
yeah, I needed it for my poor feet.
Okay, so quick questions. What was your favorite country in this trip? The one you had the best time.
I had a very warm welcome in Croatia. Like once you crossed the Istria Peninsula, actually, I think, like from Trieste to Rijeka.
Yes, I passed it. I didn't go all.
Yeah, you went straight,
Yes.
and I followed there like a hiking trail.
Okay.
And I did it in one day, so it was like super long day. I think I had like 56 kilometers and like almost 3,000 elevation in one day. So when I reached like the other side, it was like night, and I went out of the forest, and there was like one farmer. He just stopped me, asked me some question. We were just like chatting together, and he asked me my name on Facebook. And the day after, I saw it was like journalist, and I saw like there were like some newspaper about me. I didn't know about it. And then like the TV contacted me, so I went to TV in Croatia, and people could recognize me in the street. So it was like very nice, and yeah, it was nice feeling to be there.
Good,
I feel very supported in Greece, in Croatia, and Turkey. I love this country so much, and I had like last time I spent 6 months there and really loved it, but this time was a bit different because of the Kangals, the lovely Kangals. So it was I think it's
the dogs.
Yeah,
The dogs.
Yeah, the big dogs in Turkey.
That's why let's talk about the dogs later. Worst country, or the country you enjoyed the least?
I don't know. Uzbekistan has been quite hard since I've been in the desert just like the last couple of days, so it was hard, and I had a fine to pay a few days ago, so it didn't help. But I like everywhere. It's Bosnia. I've been there just one day. I didn't like it so much. Bosnia.
It was still like very quick. Favorite food? What country?
Favorite food? Georgia. They have like nice food. Georgia.
Worst food?
Worst food? Worst food? I don't know. Hard to say.
For me, it was Croatia.
Yeah? Yeah, Croatia is not that great food. Yeah, I like the burek. It's like fine, quick, easy to take away. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, best people?
The best people in Turkey, definitely.
Turkey.
Yeah.
Worst people?
Worst people? Maybe Georgia.
Okay. Some of them are very rude.
Yeah.
Some of them are very hospitable to me.
Yeah.
Okay, best trails or best roads, or where you have least problems?
I think it's like the way you enjoy it really depends on your mind. So sometimes I enjoyed it a lot. Like I love so much the Black Sea coast. Mm-hmm. Whereas it was just like you did it. Yeah. It was just like highway on the side. But I like the Frigyoli, what was in Turkey. It was like hiking trail and nice. I saw some canyon, and the view was nice. But I was a bit tired at this time, so I didn't enjoy that much.
Worst roads or worst trails, like the ones that you had more problems? For me, for example, it was Italy, because there is no shoulder.
Yeah. I think I wasn't that much focused at this time, because it was the beginning. It was just like exciting, but I think Italy there's like no space to run.
Okay, and lastly, best moment, moment, only one moment.
Only one moment. The start.
The start, eh?
Start, yeah. It's crazy.
Did you start alone?
I start alone, and during the night, because I missed my bus to go to Bologna. So then I reached Bologna. It was like 7 in the evening, but it was winter time, so it was like dark already since long time. But there was like a girl singing in the square where I've studied, and it was like I felt very nice there because I was like alone. I wanted to start alone, kind of hidden, and just myself, and starting touching the fountain where I studied, and like people around me, they couldn't know what I was like studying. I like this feeling.
Okay. Worst moment?
The worst moment was the kangaroos in Turkey.
In Turkey, yeah? Because when we spoke,
in Greece,
because we spoke, you had a very big problem in Greece. With 6 stray dogs that they almost eat you alive. But you had the worst time in Turkey? Okay, explain that.
Quite the same situation, and with bigger dogs.
But they were shepherd dogs, or?
Shepherd dogs, yeah.
Shepherd
this time
dogs?
was shepherd dogs, but like
close to like Ankara, or where was it?
It was in Anatolia, definitely. I couldn't remember where it was. Yeah, I think just before Ankara, like western of Ankara, like Kutaya, between Kutaya and Ankara. And it was. I think they attacked me for like maybe 1 hour.
1 hour?
Yeah. And I was with the sticks, the pepper spray, and the.
You used the pepper spray?
I didn't use this time because I was trying to like beat them with the stick. I couldn't,
you hit them with the stick?
No, I was like this sometimes.
Okay.
If you like do this, they're like know that you're fighting, but I think they start the fight actually, because some of like 2 of them, they tried to jump on me, like so they were like just around me, and one jumped on me there, and then I turned, and he was there, and then it was like really fight for almost 1 hour. So it was.
But they didn't bite you.
They never bite me.
So 1 hour, they wanted you to get out from there, but you couldn't because you were surrounded.
I walked maybe 3 kilometers when the like. Yeah, it was like 3 kilometers away where the start fight actually. So it wasn't like at the beginning the sheep were like far away. I could see them, but then I saw the dogs coming to me. The shepherd was like.
He didn't care much.
Sometimes they're yelling, but then it's like very windy, and the dogs they couldn't hear. And then you move, and then like you're like you don't see even the sheep anymore. You walk like for half an hour, like 2 kilometers. You're like there's like nothing to protect anymore, and sometimes. I think they're like it's more scary while running because for them like you go through the village and like you're running and then like what happened, and then
they want to chase you,
and then like I think first they are scared, and then they're like okay, let's fight now. So
you are very relieved now since at the end of Georgia, because you didn't find. Did you find dogs in Russia or not?
There is no dog in Russia. No.
Okay.
Even in Georgia was still okay. Like I guess I went there just before the shepherds.
I had a bad time, and I will explain you later.
Yeah.
Well, Matt, thank you very much. Very good luck in your journey. Maybe we meet again. I don't know.
Maybe.
Thank you very much, and follow him on Strava, whatever. I don't know.
Thanks.